following program is brought to you in living color on NBC.
Hollywood, 1987. Yes, the year is 1987, and the film capital of the world continues to make big news. American troops have just finished entertaining Bob Hope. Mammoth Studios has just finished a musical version of the Encyclopedia Britannica. And Danny Thomas has just finished saying goodbye to a visitor from overseas.
Well, goodbye, Twiggy. Sure is a shame the way that girl let herself go.
Well, it's about time she left. That magazine writer will be here any minute.
What magazine writer?
Don't you remember anything anymore? I told you, the one that's coming down from the moon.
Big deal, the moon.
She's important, Danny. As your agent, I tell you that you need all the favorable publicity you can get up there. On this planet, you've got no problem. You're big. But your moon audience, well, you saw the last ratings.
Well, I'm doing very well on the surface.
Yeah, but you're very low in the 30 craters.
That's only since I made that nasty crack about their green cheese.
It was a mistake, Danny. After all, their whole place is made out of that stuff.
Yeah, but to say eating green cheese means eternal youth. I mean, if it's so good, why are they afraid to export it?
Well, they say it works only if you eat it there.
Yeah, well, Don Adams went up there 10 years ago and hasn't been heard from since. 2 to 1, he's molded into a ball of penicillin.
Well, at any rate, please don't mention green cheese to the magazine girl.
All right. I won't mention green cheese. I'll just say cottage cheese.
No, not cottage cheese.
Cheddar cheese.
No cheese.
Okay. Camembert?
Now cut that out, please, Danny. Erase it from your mind. The word cheese. Forget it.
All right. I won't mention cheese. What time is she due?
Well, now let's see. Flight time from the moon to Los Angeles is 43 minutes. Then there's 3 hours on the freeway. Hey, she's due any minute now.
That's the doorbell.
Oh, I thought it was the phone.
Stop being silly. The phone is all trumpets. Wait. Before we let her in, let's take a look at her.
Not bad for a girl of 92, huh?
That gorgeous thing is 92?
Well, that's what she told me over the phone, that she's 92.
You mean that green cheese really works?
Well, it's not chopped liver. Come on, let's clear her in.
Yes?
This is 1987 Elm Drive, isn't it?
Indeed it is. Come in, dear lady, come in. I'm Mr. Thomas.
How do you do, Mr. Thomas? I'm Miss Luna.
How do you do, Miss Luna?
I'm Mr. Spelling.
How do you do?
How do you do?
That's quite a coincidence that your house number is the same as the current year.
Well, not really a coincidence. You see, I make it a point every 12 months to move into a house that has the same number as the year, you see? And that way I can usually remember my address.
Usually?
Yeah, sometimes he doesn't remember the year.
Could we get down to the business at hand, if you don't mind?
Why, of course. Pull up a cheese and sit down. Chair. Sit down.
Thank you. This will be fine.
Oh, good.
I've been assigned to write an article about what television was like in America exactly 20 years ago.
20 years ago. What year is it now?
The same as your address, remember?
Oh, yes. Let's see. That would make it the 1967-68 season, right?
Precisely. Could you fill me in?
I think somebody beat me to it. I'll tell you, young lady, you really picked yourself a great season. Of course, I can only speak for NBC. But the other networks find their own moon maids.
Well, go ahead, Danny. Tell her about the 1967-68 season.
Well, let me see now. The Saturday night schedule began, what are you doing?
Taking notes.
Oh. Pretty pencil.
I like the pad.
Well, the Saturday night schedule began with a brand new adventure series called Maya.
Maya who?
Just Maya. Elephants don't have last names. Maya, story about an American kid who travels all the way to India to see his father. Only when he gets there...
Under the circumstances, Terry, we must presume that your father is dead.
But if you didn't find his body, then he's alive.
I have to send you home. You understand that, don't you?
Nobody's sending me home.
So the lad runs off on his own to begin the search for his father. Ordinarily, trunks go in the baggage car. Almost at the very beginning, the boy makes two great friends, Maya and the elephant's young owner, Raji. And the three of them go on a search together.
I've got to nail him with the first shot. Help! Raji! No, Raji! No, no, don't do it!
And when the going gets truly rough, it's Maya who saves the day.
Maya!
Why, the big hug.
Well, the boys just want the elephant to know that people never forget. Right after Maya on Saturday night, the world's funniest secret agent was coming back for his third big season in Get Smart. And on the heels of Maxwell Smart came Saturday Night at the Movies. Peter Sellers and David Niven and the Pink Panther. Shirley MacLaine and Dean Martin and What a Way to Go. Robert Mitchum and Carol Baker and Mr. Moses. And as for Sunday night, it started off with Walt Disney's Wonderful World of Color. Delightful cartoons. Of adventure with more castles than you could shake a sword at. A comedy with strange flying machines. A remarkable look at a difference of opinion in the jungle. And if you think that was a fight to the finish, you should have seen what came next on Sunday night. The premiere of The Mothers-in-Law.
Well, now, I guess we ought to get down to planning the wedding, hmm?
Yes, I guess we should.
Well, small weddings have their points, of course. But I think a big wedding gives the couple so much to look back on and remember.
Oh, that's very true. But a simple ceremony with just a few friends. I don't know, it's so much more warm and intimate.
Well, maybe we could compromise and have a small, big wedding.
Or a big, small wedding.
How small is your big?
How big is your small? Eve, this was an inspired idea, having a garden wedding.
Well, it was a nice compromise between a small wedding and a big one.
Let's practice my solo.
Again?
Well, you want it to be good, don't you? Gee, I wish I could think of another song besides Oh, Promise Me.
How about I Love You Truly?
No, everybody does that one, too. There is another good one, but I cannot think of the name of it.
Okay. Okay. Here's a glass of milk you wanted.
What took you so long?
I had to close all the windows first on account of the rain.
Oh, it's raining.
You over here. Roger and I'll get on the same end.
Now, what are you doing that for?
Well, because with Roger and... Oh, never mind, because. That's why, just because.
That's the name of the song I was trying to sing. Because? Oh, I know that one. Because. That's it. You know it? Because you come to me with the same love.
Now, on the moon, Mr. Thomas, that could never happen.
What do you mean? You people have in-laws up there.
Yes, but no rainfall.
You don't have cowboys either. Which brings me to the next two shows on that Sunday night schedule. First, Bonanza, coming back for its 9th season. Little did we realize it was just getting started.
Hey, Pa, you all right?
Take your hands off me. Take them off. What? Don't touch me. That was the last straw, the very last straw. Do you get rid of those long-haired, long-haired rodents?
Oh.
Get rid of them.
Paul?
And go get my horse before you run from here back to Virginia City. You hear me?
Yes.
Hurry up now. On the double. Get.
Oh.
And right after Bonanza, a brand new Western series called The High Chaparral. The setting, Arizona in the 1870s, a time when the early pioneers and the Apaches were fighting for control of the territory.
What brought you to this country, senor?
Well, I think that we can start all over in this new land. We can build a great state where the white man and the Indian can live together in peace.
You do not consider them savages, senor?
No. They are a people fighting for their homeland just like any other people in this world.
The High Chaparral. I say that's finishing Sunday night on a high note.
There's nothing like getting high on a Sunday night. The last time I'll borrow a joke from Dean Martin. Danny, tell her about Monday night.
Oh, Monday night. Comes after Sunday night.
That's right, the night your show is on.
Oh, yeah. Well, the Monday night didn't begin with the Danny Thomas Hour. But the whole lineup began with that wonderful nonsense of the Monkees.
The Monkees?
Well, they're not the Budapest String Quartet. And guess what came after the Monkees?
Well, according to Darwin's theory...
After the Monkees, the Man from U.N.C.L.E. And you know what all that action was leading up to, Miss Luna?
I can't imagine.
The premiere of the Danny Thomas Hour.
Oh, there you are.
Now, if you tell me I look much younger in person, I'll scream. Yes, sir, the Danny Thomas Hour. Each week, another type of entertainment event, like the wonderful world of burlesque. Drama. Comedy. And variety.
Heavens, is there no limit to your versatility?
Well, I never was very good on the trapeze. And to top off the evening schedule, I Spy. That's the season it was changed to Monday nights.
The moon. There'll be no moon tonight, but the desert will be bright with jackals.
Scotty, listen.
And then we move on to Marrakesh, and he who controls Marrakesh controls the High Atlas, and he who controls the High Atlas controls the Sahara, and he who controls the Sahara controls...
Listen,
all...
the man wants his camel back.
Boy, there's no place on earth those two guys haven't been.
How terribly limited.
Say, speaking of unearthly creatures, how about that genie?
Master,
Mm-hmm.
do you read French?
Yeah, a little. I studied in school.
Can you read this?
Hmm? Oh, sure. Je désire être à Paris. Oh, that's easy. I wish I were in Paris.
Oh, Master!
Yep, in 67, 68, it was I Dream of Jeannie that got things started on Tuesday nights, and a very good year. Not for that body. And after I Dream of Jeannie, a big, big premiere. The full-hour Tuesday night Jerry Lewis show. I'd call that quite a performer.
If you happen to like great comedians.
Don't you like great comedians?
I think I prefer watching you.
Gee, thanks. Lovely sentiment. Anyway, 67, 68 was a wonderful television year for Jerry Lewis. His sketches, his characterizations, his overall artistry hit a brand new heart. A hard act to follow. But NBC did follow it each week with Tuesday Night at the Movies. Oh, the brightest stars and the brightest films.
I said, take it easy, baby. I worked all day and my feet feel just like lead. You got my shirt tails flying all over the place and the sweat popping out of my head.
Oh, my darling. Oh, my darling, are you having another nightmare?
I'm an innocent man. Judy, I swear to you, please let me in. I'll catch my death of cold.
Good. And be sure to give it to Linda.
So that wraps up Monday and Tuesday nights. Wednesday night in that new 1967-68 season meant, first of all, the return of the very popular show, The Virginian. Yes, The Virginian. Television's first 90-minute western.
You know me. You know something about me.
Put that gun away and listen to me. I know your name. Travis. I can identify you for the sheriff. That's what you want, isn't it?
Following The Virginian, a brand new Kraft Music Hall series with a different show ID each week.
Like what?
Well, like an hour of musical hits, old and new, by Herb Alpert and his Tijuana Brass. Like the wonderful, wacky comedy of Woody Allen.
I don't know what to do. Usually in those cases, when I was in analysis years ago, I had bad emotional problems when I was younger. I had an inordinate fear of sea level that I could never come to terms with. And I used to be a nail biter, you know, and not just my own nails. I would bite indiscriminately.
Like Rock Hudson, starring in a spoof of Hollywood musicals.
They just don't make movies like that anymore.
Good thing, too.
How'd you like it, Mr. Ziegfeld? Great. You kids ought to take that number to Broadway.
Broadway! Did you hear that, kid? The great Walt Ziegfeld says we should be on Broadway!
Hello, Ziegfeld. I'm Ed Ziegfeld, the Undertaker from Center City.
And right after Kraft Music Hall, Run for Your Life. The exciting adventures of a man who's living on borrowed time and who's thrown away the pawn ticket.
Thanks for nothing.
Thursday night meant Adventure 2, starting with the return of Daniel Boone.
You have betrayed your people.
No, Quano. I have not.
And after Daniel Boone, we were introduced to another kind of trapper, Raymond Burr, in a brand new full-hour series about a San Francisco detective called Ironside.
Well, spit it out.
The bullet shattered a nerve junction in your spine.
What does that mean?
It means that when you leave here, you can do anything you like. Anything except war.
Oh, no. No.
You look for the Bayside Strangler. I look for the killer of Esther Garrison. Deal?
All right, boys, let's go. The chief's giving this one his personal attention.
On your way out, tell the reporters we expect to make an arrest within 50 hours.
Do we? No, but we've been telling them 48 hours for years.
Despite his paralysis from a would-be assassin's bullet, Ironside manages to get around. Only too well, if you ask the people he's chasing.
Oh, that old river, he must know something. Don't say nothing, he just keep holding.
The next evening, Friday, brought us the least dressed man in television, Tarzan. Ever know a man who's got rocks on his head? From the nature world of Tarzan, we went to the far-out world of Star Trek.
Gee, I'd almost forgotten what those old-fashioned spaceships were like.
Okay. And we'll both die. Please. I don't want to. Don't make me.
News specials about San Simeon, the Siberian Railroad, the Dead Sea Scrolls, outer space. And as for the Bell Telephone Hour, it brought us a musical profile of Duke Ellington. A portrait of conductor Zubin Mehta, who's been called the next Toscanini. And a unique program showing how Romeo and Juliet has contributed to ballet, drama, opera, and the Broadway musical stage.
What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet.
By a name, I know not how to tell thee who I am.
And that, Miss Luna, was NBC's 1967-68 television season.
One of the really great seasons.
I can't thank you enough, Mr. Thomas. When may we expect your first visit to the moon?
Oh, I didn't think I'd be welcome up there after all the things I said about your green cheese.
Oh, of course. You see, we expect strangers to be skeptical about its great magical properties.
Oh, you mean that everlasting youth bit? I mean, you're still insisting upon it. You expect me to swallow a story that a beautiful, lovely creature like you is really 92 years old? Why? Why, that'd be like my telling you that I'm really 94.
Oh, not quite.
All right.
I rather anticipated your disbelief, Mr. Thomas. So I took the liberty of bringing some evidence along with me on this trip. Follow me.
My dear Miss Luna, nothing you could say or do could prove to me that that green cheese you've got up there produces perpetual youth.
Thank you.
Must be Don's little boy. Little fellow. Does your father know that you're down here cavorting on Earth?
Father? What are you talking about, Danny? It's me. I'm Don Adams.
Oh, but you can't be a... Why, it's 1987. Don Adams must be... You're really Don Adams? Green cheese?
Lots of it. As a matter of fact, Danny, I'm beginning to enjoy the taste. Now, if they can only find a way to pour it.
That's the last time I'll ever steal a joke from Jan Murray.
Oh, heavens, it's getting late. We're going to have to run.
Yeah, but...
I'm sorry, there just isn't time.
Remarkable. How such an old lady could be so graceful.
Annie, don't tell me she gave you that bit about being 92 years old.
Oh, yeah.
Don't believe it.
She's not 92.
Of course she's not 92 years old.
I told you she wasn't.
She's 108. Well, Danny, you know how women love to lie about their age.
Don! Don, come on, hurry up, will you, please?
All right, I'm coming. Take it easy.
Don!
Why do they always get so grouchy when they get old? Well, take it easy, old-timer.
Now, you don't believe any of that nonsense, do you? It was a trick.
Of course.
Sure,
A stunt.
Trying to fool us.
Yeah. Say, I feel a bit of a chill. Do you mind going upstairs and get me my mini shawl?
Yeah, sure.
Wait for me!